How's it, my chickens? Here we are with episode 2, season 2 of Charlize's Fashion Corner.
This time for Africa.
First up in this episode is the fabulous Tom Harlow. Well, as you all know, I'm not one to judge, but quite frankly, I've not seen anything that horse-faced since Jasmine Masters dropped an eckie. This international burlesque performer compensates for living the equine fantasy with some of the most polished performances you are likely to see this side of Las Vegas. You really need to see it to believe it. Actually, very much like Lady Munter's contour. Anyway, Tom Harlow, my darling, of course, it's a lacquer for me. Next, we have a queen who was featured in season 1. However, since that episode aired, the little queen has decided to change her name. I'm talking about transgender. This darling of the Glasgow scene has gone from club kid to full-on fishy in a matter of months. Sadly, she's achieved this through the medium of smell-o-vision instead of some top-drawer makeup. I'd say focus more on trout pout and less on an old box of mackerel, Frans. So, sorry my darling, it's a cuck. Now we've come, and I'll be honest here, my chickens, she's one of my favourite queens. She's got a very special place in my heart. It's Mother Superior. Now, Mother is one of the few queens that hasn't grown since her debut. In fact, she's shrunk quite dramatically and served some sickening sermons to her dawning masses up in St. Andrews. I'm not sure about Jesus, but she certainly has a friend in Charlize. Mother, it's a lacquer, Mother. The last queen in this episode is our second best, maybe third, maybe fourth. Anyway, bearded queen, Peri Sazin. She was gone so long that even October 1st grew facial hair in sympathy. She never did provide a good explanation as to why she left us, but in an entirely unrelated observation, I can exclusively reveal that new episodes of Bigfoot and the Hendersons have recently been shot in Glasgow. So, yeah. I'm ecstatic that she's back anyway. That black leotard and white shorts have been severely missed by no one. My darling, Peri, it's a cuck. That brings us to the end of another episode of Charlize's Fashion Corner. But before I go, here's this episode's nugget of advice for you all. It's from the head of the family Gorgeous down in Manchester. I'm sure you've all heard of them. Cheddar Gorgeous and Anaphylactic. But, you know, my darlings, after a long night on stage, if you're not prolapsed, you're not doing drag. Ta-ta, my chickens.